Now, it's 5 years since Amantha Imber offered her staff unlimited pay annual leave, and a year since she introduced a 4-day working week but paid for 5 to improve productivity. Amantha Imber, founder of Inventium, joins me now. Amanda, how has the 4-day week worked?
It has worked really well. So the concept is that staff are paid their full-time salary, but they work 80% of the time, so 4 normal length days, with the expectation that they will have 100% productivity. So their output would be as if they were working full-time hours.
And are you seeing them doing it?
Absolutely. The results have been amazing. So we ran it as a 6-month trial in the last half of 2020. And we found some amazing results. So, certainly, we hit our company financial targets, but we had employee engagement, which was already very high within the top 10% for management consulting, which is Inventium's industry. That rose to being in the top 1% in terms of employee engagement. And we also found that stress levels reduced by 18%, which we thought was pretty fantastic given we were living through a global pandemic and a lot of us were locked down in Melbourne. And productivity increased by 26%. So we were pretty impressed with those results.
Yeah, they're all good numbers, aren't they, Amantha? How many staff do you have?
There's a team of about 10 of us, yeah, between Victoria and New South Wales.
What about this offer of unlimited paid annual leave? Have you seen anyone try to abuse it?
No, we didn't. So that was something that we ran for about 3.5 years. And on average, people took 5.5 weeks of leave per year, but the 4-day week has superseded that. So we found that the 4-day week initiative has been a much better way to help bring balance to people's work and non-work lives.
How important are good people? We still see so many organisations struggle when they lose those good, experienced staff.
I mean, having good people is everything, and particularly with the business that we're in, we're a management consultancy, and our people are the ones that are going out and working with our clients, helping them work more productively and think more innovatively, and the kind of work that we do. Without our people, we would struggle. So. The people and the employee experience is always at the forefront of our mind when we're thinking about how do we create a great workplace.
It is a really nice reality, isn't it, when you think by being decent, by being reasonable, by being a humanist, that you're going to get a better outcome.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's a lot to be said for just trusting your people and treating your people like adults rather than children, which unfortunately happens, I think, in too many organisations.
Yeah, and how good is it these days to see so much less? When I was growing up, I'm quite a bit older than you, but when we started out, it was pretty wild. It really was, and the treatment of young people was not flash. It's changed so much. We see such a better practice. It can improve. It can be better, but it's so much better.
I think so. And I think that, the best leaders, certainly in Australia, are realizing that you really should be obsessing over the employee experience and what kind of a workplace you're creating for your staff. I mean, we spend about a third of our waking hours at work. So surely people want to be creating a really great experience for the people in their business.
Generally, how much more productive is a happy, contented, valued staff member?
Very much more productive, and certainly in our case, 26% more productive.
Absolutely. So we've seen the unlimited annual leave. That's been superseded, as you said, by the 4-day week. What's next for Inventium?
That's a very good question. I mean, right now we're really enjoying the 4-day week, and I think 1 year on from first implementing that, it really is starting to, I guess, become really normal. We're all used to it, and we're all used to really being ultra productive and using our time very wisely with the 4 days that we do work, which is Monday to Thursday. So we're all just loving having that kind of long weekend and pursuing different hobbies and pursuits with our Fridays.
It's a bit of a conflicting question, but is there a sense of hope regarding the pandemic? I know half the country's locked up at the minute, but the whole idea of vaccinations and vaccines being the gateway out.
Yeah, look, I think so. It's funny because all of our staff are locked down, actually, except for our CEO who's in Port Macquarie, who I think we're all quite envious of. Look, we talk a lot to our clients about just how they can really work on their mental health during this time. And I think one thing that people can do is having that sense of control and autonomy is really, really important, because when we're in lockdown, a lot of that is taken away from us, which is why doing things like having daily rituals where you do feel that you have a sense of control can be really powerful. And also just prioritizing time for human connection. It might seem weird to book a time to call a friend, or something like that, but just making sure that you do have that human connection every day, even if it's just via the phone, if you do live on your own.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and it's a great tip to those that know people who are living by themselves, particularly older. Just pick up the phone and have a chinwag. It does an enormous amount of good. Thank you so much. Congratulations on everything that you've achieved so far, the way you guys are rocking along. There's no reason why it won't just continue in the upward direction. Thanks, Amantha.